hard. She really just saw that there was that spot there. It was available, so she got it.
And Foton already is in the match point. But to main and tail, still not giving up. Christy Jacob scoring another point for main and tail. Now Mabayad is checking in. Kailangan nila ng blockers.
Oh, now full force sa hitters ang main and tail in front. So let's see how they will take advantage of this.
Michelle the twin serving for main and tail. That is Sova. But that goes long and a check ball was given. Now 24-23 is our score. Foton, 25 rather. Foton taking this set. And we'll be right back in Philippine Superliga Grand Prix 2014.
See that both teams are really trying to minimize their errors, since that was really their Waterloo in the past games. And the 2 points that Photon had an advantage of was the one that really gave them the set, because the first set's ending points or score was 25-23.
Now we are here in our second set. Fajardo serving for main and tail. Good serve. But Tarasova getting the first point for the Photon Tornadoes.
You know, Irina Tarasova, whether she's at the back or in front, she's as powerful as Jacob.
Well, I have to agree. Well, not only her, but almost all our imports in this conference, whether they are in the front row or in the back row, their setters are really maximizing their imports.
Unfortunately, that service error, well, hopefully Photon will make up for it.
Ruby de Leon giving a chance ball to a main and tail. And our lady science just looking at the ball.
Oh, that was a smart move by Ruby. She saw the hole in zone 6. So
who was supposed to get that ball?
You know, I really think it was Michiko Castañeda's ball.
Now another service error for Tarasova. Now we are tied at 2.
Twice na, no? Twice na siya service error.
Another violation, error rather, committed by the Photon Tornadoes. Patty Orandayan not being able to put that through. And again, Michelle Danuin serving, having 2 attacks for this match.
Good block there by main and tail.
And Ivy
Remulla was smart enough to dink that ball over.
Speaking of maturity, speaking of experience.
Yeah, that really plays a big part here.
We've got lots of that in both of our teams this afternoon.
Good save there by main and tail.
And Tarasova. And that is outside.
You know, Tarasova hit that ball really hard. It was blocked. Christy Jaco was there to block that ball, but sobrang powerful lang talaga, it went out.
She has always been powerful, leading the Photon Tornadoes every game.
Oh, yes.
But that is more powerful. Christy Jaco.
You know, how do you stop a hit from Christy Jaco? Because I saw Assumption, her hands were steady, she was down, she was ready for it, and yet the ball just flew out of her hands.
She's got really too much power and energy and height. Everything. Christy Jaco has it all. So Christy Jaco having 8 attacks and 1 block for this match.
Good receive there. That's a good transition play. If you've got a good receive, you have a good set, and then of course a perfect hit.
Well, Tarasova scoring then for the Photon Tornadoes, and our score is tied at 5. Good dig by Assumption. And this time, Michiko Castañeda getting a kill for main and tail.
You know, I have to say, Assumption is playing a different kind of ball game this afternoon. She's serious about all the balls coming to her.
Well, she has to be.
That's number 2 for Ruby De Leon with a tip over.
And again, our Lady Stallions just looking at that ball. Who should be getting that ball?
There you go. You know, in, well, old school, if it's in zone 6, it's in the middle, it's in that hole, everybody should try and get that ball.
Kiliman setting to Christy Jago, but she was ducked. And Ziher Vasho this time.
That did not go over, says the referee. 4 touches.
And that gives another point for Mane and Tail. 7 serving 6.
That was a good set there by Ruby De Leon. Perfect for her height, for Elena Tarasova's height.
Very simple.
Yes.
But she killed.
Yeah, she just killed that ball.
Dipping that ball. Ziher Vasho.
Wow, what a serve.
And again, Christy Jago.
Oh!
Dropping the ball and getting that point. Mane and Tail leading by 1. And the first technical timeout of our second set. Will be...
The Philippine Superliga is brought to you by Photon, fuel for everyone. Check hashtag Photon Fast Prize.
All over the country, everyone is feeling the rush of the Photon Fast Prize promo. Get a chance to win one of 20 Toyota Vios cars, 100 Honda CB 110 motorcycles, 90 winners of fuel for a year, and more than 500,000 other prizes instantly. Just gas up 1,000 pesos worth of gasoline or diesel and get a coupon for a chance to win instantly at Photon's nationwide Fast Prize promo.
And you're back here with us. This is the battle for 5th between Mane and Tail Lady Stallions and the Foton Tornadoes. Mane and Tail leading by 1. Fajardo is serving for the Lady Stallions.
And serving number 4, Roseanne Fajardo.
Good serve.
A very sharp serve there. Free ball. Almost a point there. Ruby De Leon using...
Yeah, her elbow.
Her elbow.
You know, she tried to save that ball, but I think that hit the antenna. That's why it was called outside. Pero okay sana yun, diba? If it did not hit the antenna.
And Arasova again. Too strong for Michelle Datuin and Kaylee Mans.
You know, Mane and Tail has to get the second set if they want to break the momentum of Photon.
Ruby De Leon serving for Photon. And Kaylee Mans setting into Christy Jago.
Nanggigil! Nanggigil si Elena Tarasova when she hit that ball. That's why it went long.
Pero good attempt from Tarasova. Walang tao doon sa likod ng court.
Oo nga.
And this time, again, Irina Tarasova.
You know, if you could see that again, she really targeted zone 6. It was like in the middle of zone 6.
The other Tarasova serving. And yes, the scoring machine, Christy Jago, getting another point for Mane and Tail Lady Stallions.
Bumawi agad si Christy Jago for her team. Look at that. She really just directed the ball to just hardly touch the blocker's hands.
Ang lakas talaga pumalo nitong batang to. But, well, Tarasova thought that it was touched by Christy Jago.
And Ruby De Leon was appealing to the referee that it was off the block, but the referee said no, it hit the antenna, so it's outside.
Maintail leading by 3.
Oh, miscommunication there.
And a chance for Lilet Mabaya to just put the ball on the back row, scoring for Maintail.
You know, smart move there by Mabaya. That hit wasn't really strong, but she saw that nobody was at the back, so she took advantage of it.
Taking advantage of the problems in the Photon side, but now Tarasova was blocked. And Lilet Mabaya just dipping the ball over. Tarasova again. Kaylee Mans receiving that ball.
And
Wow.
Christy Jekyll ending that rally.
Amazing, Christy Jekyll. Castañeda setting that ball for Christy Jekyll. She wasn't even in the position for that ball, but she was able to put that through.
Pero kung hindi natin makakonvert, wala. Okay? Nakikita niyo si Jacob, pwede na siya mag-spin. Hindi tayo kumikilos. Nag-react tayo, pababa na yung bola. Focus lang tayo. Nawawala tayo sa focus.
You know, in that last play, when it was replayed, we saw that there was only one blocker for Christy Jekyll, and you can't have just one blocker. That's why Coach Villette was saying focus, focus, because the middle blocker of Photon at that time was late. So they said, you know, Coach Villette said, look at the ball, don't move late. Perfect timing.
And that's what they need, because Maintail is leading by 5 in our second set. Orinda in.
Oh, Michiko almost got that ball with a second action there from a block.
Well, good attempt for our blockers. Patty Orinda in, serving for Foton.
Good set.
Christy Jekyll just finding that spot on the corner of the court.
Let's look at that again.
She's really trying to avoid the hands of the blocker.
Correct. She avoided Ivy Remuli at that time because Ivy keeps blocking her.
And this time she has 15 points in her second set. Good receive there. And Jago just putting that over. Sierra Vasho was blocked. And she's going to get that one more time. Acception getting that ball, but giving a free ball to a Photon. Tarasova is denied. However, that ball went out. Tarasova getting that point for Photon.
It was a good set, right height, but it was blocked by Mabayad, kaya lang sobrang lakas ng bola. Outside. Oo.
Poor reception from Fajardo.
Good call by Christy Jekyll. Whoa!
And the ball is still alive. Tarasova.
Oh! That was miscommunication there by Photon.
Now we are going on a technical timeout this time. Maintail leaving by 5, 16 to 11. And we'll go on a short break.
I've fallen in love. I've fallen.
Good eye there.
Yes.
By Pantaleon.
Pantaleon just smiling. Sabi niya, ay, buti na lang outside.
Kundi patay.
But still, Maintail is up by 4. Christy Jekyll once again getting that hit.
This time, Christy said, okay, if the first one was outside, this is definitely going to be inside.
But the Tarasovas on the front row. Tarasovas are her blockers.
Whoa! Okay.
Almost a pancake for Pantaleon, the libero, but good serve there from Kaylee Mans.
We need to get the first ball. If you help. ball very high. So you have to wait. Jump at once. Jekyll not get spiking. So wait. Okay. Count. Okay.
You know why Coach Villette talked to Irina Tarasova that time? Because that first ball was really for her. Before you prepare for an attack, you first receive the ball from a service. So the opponent serves the ball, get the first reception, first ball, and then set up for an attack.
Well, they needed, the defense to work on their defense because Tail is leading by 6.
Right.
And speaking of that defense, Orenda in just jumping so low for that spike from Tail, and Tarasova just looking at her. Haley Man serving for Tail. And Man saving that ball, giving a free ball to Foton.
That was an error there, but it's a good thing it went in.
And the twin just dipping that ball. Jacob blocking, solo block.
Good reception there.
And Castañeda, well, we are seeing a good rally here.
Whoa!
And the ball is still alive. Christy Jacob. From nothing, point to nothing. Or nothing to a point, rather.
That was such a good rally. Everybody was moving. Nobody wanted that ball to fall on their side of the court. Look at this. But Christy Jekyll just had enough of it, hitting the end line for Mane and Tail.
The Lady Stallions are putting an extra effort, in getting that ball. But again, Tarasova exerting effort. Double effort.
And Kaylee Mans was backing up because she knew that Irina Tarasova was going to hit that ball really hard. But then again, it was blocked by Mitch the Twin, so it made a difference in the speed of the ball.
A service ace for Tarasova. That net helped.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For Photon to get that point.
Such a floater, hits the net, and then
I think dapat diretso yung tama ng bola. Biglang bumaba and it hit the net.
Yeah.
Nakatulong pa sa score nila. Wow. And Christy Jacob putting a net to that.
A good and powerful hit from Christy Jacob across court. You really just have to stay low on the ground to see the direction of Christy's balls, and then just do what you can, steady your arms, receive the ball.
Almost a point there for Mane and Tail. Mitch the Twin receiving that ball. And Castañeda. Pantaleon was there to get the ball. Again. And that ball, the score goes to Foton Tornadoes.
Sayang yung save ni Mitch the Twin. Walang nag-follow through doon because that was quite difficult to cover.
Well, I saw Christy Jacob attempt to let that ball hit the blockers. Akala niya outside na. And yun ang outside for Christy Jacob. Clearly, that's outside. Wow, and we are, again, in our second set, 25-16, Mane and Tail getting our second set.
The Philippine Superliga is brought to you by Petron.
If Photon can just minimize their errors, go back to the game plan of set 1, they'll have a better third set.
That's correct. And the number of our spectators here in Cuneta is also getting double as our games gets more interesting, gets more exciting. You are here with us in Solar Sports.
And there you go. The players are preparing themselves, some with game faces. And we heard a while ago, Photon Tornadoes, they were cheering each other, right? Well, it was commercial. They were jumping up and down and, you know, getting the groove back.
This is our third set for the match. Tarasova setting to Tarasova. And that was too strong for Keely Mans.
Actually, you know, see Elena Tarasova, she really sets well for her sister in the court.
Christy Jacob. And she was dug by Pantaleon. Again.
Good setup there.
De Leon. And that hit the line for Tarasova.
You know, that was a good move by Elena Tarasova. Instead of hitting that ball na regalo, she set it up, made sure that her team would come up with a play.
But the unexpected service error on the side of Photon Tornadoes.
Sayang, pero let's see, baka naman makakabawi sila.
Kaylee Man serving for main and tail.
Wow. Perfect hit.
Well, I saw one of the Photon players saying, "Paano, walang blockers." How can Tarasova understand that?
You know why Coach Villette was, di ba kanina during the timeout, she was giving instructions to the Tarasovas and she was talking to them like one English word per second. Unfortunately, there's another miscommunication there with the Photon Tornadoes. But anyway, see Coach Villette, kasi these Russians, they can't really understand sentences na English. Kaya you, spike, there, block, ganon siya.
Yes, words.
Oh.
She's only using words, and that one just Ruby de Leon. Okay, there is a violation on the net on the Photon Tornado side.
Yeah, Ivy Remulian tried to make something out of that ball that went on top of the net so that the point won't be easily taken by main and tail, but unfortunately she hit the tape.
Yes, taking that risk. And also, you know, that is the challenge we were talking about earlier of the coaches we have here having imports.
Yeah.
Comprehension and understanding between the player and the coach.
Yeah, because like in Generica, initially they had a problem with Miyu because she can't really understand English, and then here in Photon with the Tarasovas, that was also the problem. But I do Ruby de Leon, and she said actually what we do is just signal using hands because di ba ang volleyball naman na signal sa hands is international, so that's how they communicate.
Well, good thing for them, you know, they make use of that hand signal.
Yeah.
Ruby de Leon.
Yeah, she was complaining
to the referees
of overreaching.
Almost a point there. And setting Tarasova. Tarasova was denied this time by Christy Jacob.
You know, it's really mahirap din naman talaga to receive a ball coming from a block, diba? That's why, especially if like Ivy Remulia, she was blocking it. So it's really kind of hard to have a second motion after a block.
Man setting in to Christy Jacob.
Good ball. It's still alive.
One hand set from Achille Mans.
Coverage was there for Photon.
But there was no coverage on the other side of that court. The Tarasova getting that point.
You know, tama naman yung position ni Michiko Castañeda. She was diagonal from the spiker, but unfortunately nga, the ball was off speed because it hit the blockers. That's why iba yung direction and speed.
And the service error committed on the Photon Tornado side. Now this time, main and tail is leading by 2. Christy Jacob on the serve.
Good serve there. Good reception from Photon.
And Tarasova, yes, Babayan blocking that, getting a score from the block.
Look at that again. Ruby sets it up, and then Irina hits the ball, but Ruby was caught standing and watching.
No coverage on the Photon side. And that a service ace from Christy Jacob. Tail leading by 4 rather, 8-4. We're going on a timeout. Back. Battle for 5th between Tail and Photon Tornadoes. Christy Jacob serving for Tail. And that, the lead is up to 5 this time.
Another service ace there from Christy Jacob. That's why the adjustment came in. Hopefully, Patty in the in would do a better job in the getting the first ball. And it goes to her.
Tarasova and Keely Mans getting that first ball.
Wow, smart
Christy
move.
Jacob getting that point from the back row.
A big smile on her face because she didn't exert much effort there, resting her arm a little bit, and still got the point for her team.
Well, Christy Jacob and Keely Mans just smiling at each other, saying, ang smart naman ng palong yun, nakapuntos pa tayo. Okay, Orendain getting that serve.
Wow!
And see Hervasio. Too fast for the blockers of Tail. Let's take a look again at that one.
A good set there by Ruby De Leon. And Z, just perfect timing. She hit that ball from the top. That's why that was a sharp hit from her.
But we didn't see a lot of her, in this conference, right?
Yeah, because every weekday she's in school for law. If you upset yourself from law school, nako, the catching up is too much to handle. So she could only play every weekend.
Tarasova having 18 points for this game. And that is Lilet Mabayad getting a score for Tail.
Nobody was there to cover zone 1, and Lilet Mabayad saw that.
Tail leading by 5. Castañeda serving for Tail.
Good floater.
And Tarasova was dogged by Christy Jacob. Good receive there for Hervasio, and the ball went out. The referee said it's Tail's ball. Now the Tail's lead is increasing. I think Photon has to do something about it.
Yeah, they have to have a good first ball to set up for an attack.
Fajardo?
See, there's really a miscommunication here. The problem should be addressed because this is like, how many points have they lost through miscommunication?
And Coach Villette asked for a timeout. How can they solve that problem?
Take the opportunity. Ano, Ivy? Tara. Sa harapan ninyo yung bola, kunin ninyo. Mas okay sa mine kesa sa inyo, sa yours. Walang mine. Walang yours. Puro mine. Tara.
That's very basic in volleyball, diba? Mag-agawan na lang kayo instead of letting the ball fall on the floor.
And that is actually what we are seeing on the side of the Photon Tornadoes.
Look
the
at
balls
this.
are just getting in the middle.
There was a bonfire, so to speak, at the court of Photon.
Remulla is taking a seat to be replaced by Velasquez. Looking at our set 3 errors, Photon is actually having 5 errors, only to 1 of main and tail.
See, that's really what happens. If you minimize your errors, you get ahead.
Ruby De Leon just getting that ball over the net. And Mabayad.
Kaylee Mans is doing a good job of distributing her sets. First, binigay niya sa open, and then she gave it to Quattro. Hindi mo maprepredict where the ball is going to go next.
Michiko Castañeda still serving for main and tail. And Hervasio getting that point.
A good combination play called by the playmaker, Ruby De Leon. Finished by Hervasio.
But they still have to do more of that because the main and tail is leading by 7.
Yes. Good serve there.
Fajardo just putting that ball over. And again, regalo galing kay San Fajardo.
Actually, Photon tried to put that up to set up for an attack, but it just went over the net. Kaya ito yung, ano, diba, pag volleyball players and you're by the net, kailangan may mata ka sa likod to know where the net is, who the blockers are.
And clearly, Gervasio having I think a bird's eye there. You know, she actually knows where to put that ball.
Oh, yeah.
Avoiding the hands of the blockers.
Smart enough to play on the blockers. That's right.
Christy Jacob. Yeah. Favorite play of Kaylee Mans rather, but that was out.
You know, that was a good idea. She was trying to hit the corner of the attack line on zone 2, but unfortunately it went wide.
Gervasio serving for Foton Tornadoes. And that goes long for Gervasio. Oh, we are having a technical timeout here. Main and tail leading by 7, 16-9. And we are back here on the third set of our battle for fifth. The main and tail Lady Stallions against the Foton Tornadoes. Main and tail leading by 7.
You know, it's really so frustrating when you're trying your best in the court and then the ball falls on the floor because there's no attempt to even get it. So I hope Photon, you know, adjusts right away before they lose this set also.
And talking about adjustments, Tarasova just getting that point on the blocks and on the offense side as well.
And now both Tarasovas are in the front line, so let's see how they can take advantage of this.
Kaylee Mans giving Michelle Dutoy a running set rather. And Tarasova, free ball for main and tail. And doing it again.
But this time she dinks it over. Smart move.
Michelle Dutoy doing a great job on her specialty running spike.
Nahuli ulit dun si Pantaleon eh. That was the same spot.
Aha! Another service is from Kaylee Mans. This time around.
You know, Pantaleon has to shake it off her errors. She has to shake them off and get her mind onto the next play.
It seems like yung area ng Photon sa gitna masyadong malaki. And the server has this option actually to put that ball over in the middle. And putting that ball across Tarasova. Scoring for Foton Tornadoes. And the lead is up to 7 still. Tarasova having 6 points for this match.
And you know, that was a service ace because the first ball wasn't so good and Mitch Dutoy tried to set that ball up, but she was called with a double violation.
Main and tail having a violation, but a man said it's okay. Malayo pa lamang natin. Another error. Now service ace on the side of Foton Tornadoes. Another timeout called in by a main and tail Lady Stallions.
That's Tarasova, that's a serve long ball. It's always short. Or goes like, it's always short. Yeah, he doesn't have the confidence to go long ball, right? It's always short. Okay. For their short ball, late, huh? Go.
That's short ball. Hey, keep the pressure on them, guys. Here we go. We got
one good pass. Don't relax. Don't relax, guys. Go. Let's go, come on, pull away, come on.
Main and tail.
Yeah.
You know, that's really the job of the coaches, to study your opponents, study the individual players, and they know that Elena Tarasova does not serve long. It's always short, so they have to prepare for a short ball. But that goes long.
That goes long. Well, the players, Libera, I think, should be able to read that ball well. And again, Tarasova getting that point for Photon. Wow, the lead is only down to 4 this time.
Tarasova with an into the block. Point for Photon.
Still serving, number 10,
Elena Tarasova this time. And Jacob was rejected. Solid block coming from the blockers of the Photon Tornadoes.
Yes, Cindy Velasquez, she's quite tall, so she could man Christy Jacob.
Melina Tarasova again serving.
Good first ball there.
And this time it's off the hands of the blockers for Christy Jacob. Sabi na hindi na mauulit yun. It'll only happen once.
You know, we go back to the basics. If you've got a good first ball, the ball will get set up properly and you'll have a good attack.
Well, for Christy Jacobs, I think kahit anong set, she can very well adjust and convert that to a point.
True, true. Except for that, lagi tayong on cue ah. Whenever we say something, they do it.
Kaylee Mans just giving a free ball. Wow! Good block there from Mexico Castañeda. Solo rejection this time.
You know, Pantaleon was just too near Patty or in the in. Look at that.
Yeah.
You have to have space in between the hitter and you have to be behind the attack line when you cover.
Well, she's there, but nasobrahan lang.
Sobre, because it's easier to go forward than backward. And you can't get a serve side-handed. You have to face the ball.
Well, now, Foton is endangered right now. Coach Villette calling for a timeout.
Kulang tayo sa wheel eh. Kailangan meron tayong sariling wheel na kukunin natin yung bola. Girls, hindi pa tapos yan. Malayo pa yan. Okay, malayo pa yan. Let's go!
Then you just mentioned, right? You just mentioned the receive form. Well, Coach Villett's saying, will to receive the ball.
Tapos may sabay, huy! Sabay ganun kay Pantaleon. Kasi she's, you know, telling Pantaleon, snap out of it, okay? Forget your mistakes. Come on, this is far pa from over. So do a better job.
Well, every point counts for the Photon Tornadoes.
Good floater there. Zirvasha helping Pantaleon.
And a smart move coming from Tarasova. The intention of letting the ball just hit the hands of the blockers, letting it out.
Yeah, and that's what we call teamwork talaga. What Zirvasha did and then how the ball was set up and how it was attacked.
Certainly, Photon Tornadoes is getting optimistic. And the ball is still alive.
Good hustle by Photon.
And
si Lynette hindi pumapayag talaga. Regalo, okay, let me have it.
Mapalaban ng teams natin ngayong afternoon.
Oo nga. You can just imagine the next game and the finals.
Of course, the battle for a championship.
And that hits the corner of Zone 1.
It almost looked outside, but Tarasova just finding that ball, that area on the backside of that court. Tarasova serving for Photon. And Nervasho saw that one.
They were ready for that. Unfortunately, Irina Tarasova hit the ball to the net.
Mexico Castañeda is going out and Espelita is coming in on the serve.
And whenever Espelita comes in, Kaylee Mans becomes the hitter.
And you can see the smile on her face.
Yeah.
Aha. Papalo na ako. But still, she's a setter. Whoa, it's a good save there.
Fastball game here.
Tarasova. Good coverage.
Yeah, good hustle by both teams.
But Hervasio asking for a check ball. Our referee says no. That's too long. Clearly no check ball for you. And the main tail actually is on the set point. Will they get this set or Photon is still alive?
Good coverage.
Ruby De Leon is putting that ball over.
And Katie Mans gets the last point for
And
Main and
again,
Tail.
Main and Tail taking over the third set, 25-17. We'll be right back for our fourth set of this match. Our highlights for the third set of this game.
You know, the attacks, Photon was ahead 12-9, but the blocks this time, Main and Tail made sure that they'd be present in the scoreboard, 4-1, and the service aces of Main and Tail counted. And of course, look at the error, 5-point difference. So they maintained a minimum or very minimal number of errors. So if they can just do that again this set, then you know, this will be easy for them. For Photon, they have to concentrate, they have to communicate inside the court because there have been a number of plays that failed because of either miscommunication or no communication at all.
Well, looking at the players of Main and Tail, you know, you can see that they're just having fun. You know, I believe playing, you know, differently. Walang pressure.
Yeah.
All of them are smiling kahit nagkaka-error sila, and you know, I think that's what makes them get, you know, the third set.
Yeah, it's very important to have fun while you're playing.
Fajardo serving. This is the fourth set. And Ruby De Leon got the first point.
No, Mitch the 2-in was there. She was ready for that ball. Kailang, alam mo yun, sometimes you're ready pero nagugulat ka pa rin.
Well, that happens, I believe, in every volleyball player.
Yeah.
Ruby De Leon. Kaylee Mans. But the ball is still alive. Jaco. Oh, yes.
Oh, kills that rally.
Kaylee Mans doesn't want to extend the exchange of rallies here and giving it to Christy Jaco. Patayin mo na.
Oo nga.
Tama
Ngayon
na to.
Ngayon na. Good service there from Mans.
Castañeda setting it to Mitch the twin. And now setting it up to
Jill
Jill
Castillo.
Castillo. Oh, Jill Castillo. Starting in our fourth set and getting that ball.
Free ball and a chance ball for Main and Tail.
Again, Christy Jaco.
Hi, kanino kaya pupunta si Kaylee Mans? Siyempre, kay Christy Jaco.
She has actually ang porsyento ng Main and Tail. Without hesitation, Kaylee Mans is just giving her the ball. But of course, Sarasova said, kami din sa side namin.
But you know, I heard Coach Villette count for Irina Tarasova. She was going 1, 2 to have that perfect timing in her approach for that kill.
Kanina ko pa nga naririnig yun eh. Akala ko sa blocking lang, pati pala sa approach.
Oo nga.
Wow! Flawless from Christy Jaco. If you look at Christy Jaco and Kaylee Mans, you know, parang naglalaro lang sila dito. I mean, this is a playing, but sila laro na nilalaro. But, you know, they're still scoring a point.
Yeah, si Coach Villette natatawa na lang eh.
And miscommunication there.
Team captain Jill Castillo tried. Oh!
And an error from Ivy Remulla this time.
I think that set was just too low. But like what you said earlier, if you're the hitter, you can do something about the set. Whatever set, diba?
But we have, you know, open set, middle sets, tres and cuatro. But who should be adjusting when it comes to giving higher sets and low sets?
Well, of course, the setter has to adjust to the hitter. But if in some cases, the setter talagang gives you an erroneous ball or a ball that's really not tailor-fit for you, then you can do an easy over, diba? You can do an off-speed just to put the ball over.
And putting that ball over. Mitch the twin committing an error there. Mane and Tail only leading by 2. 3 serving 5. Jill Gostillo on the serve.
Team captain gets the point for Photon.
Service ace from Jill Gostillo. I like the attitude that Christy Jacob and Kaylee Man showing on this side of the court.
Good first ball.
Off the hands again, Christy Jacob. This girl, wow, is unstoppable.
You know, si Kaylee Mance is already smiling at Assumption because it was just, she's been doing a good job today.
Well, she has to because, you know, this is the last game. Their last game. You have to give it all.
Yeah.
Wala nang kasunod to bukas.
Ooh, jump serve from Christy Jacob. Something you don't see all the time.
Fajardo just spiking that ball. But Foton was able to put that up again. And this time, sabi niya, patay na tong bolang to.
Let's see if Christy Jacob will do another jump serve. I teased her the other time. I said, hey, come on, do a jump serve for the Filipinos. And then she said, but I don't practice that anymore. And then I said, come on, you're Christy Jacob. You've got a powerful arm.
And let's see if,
and she does it.
One.
All right.
Wow. Oh, good receive. Fajardo, attempted to still make that ball up. And Christy Jacob and Kaylee Mans is giving a high fives to their teammates for that great effort.
Photon is all serious here, and they should be. They need this set to stay alive.
Well, not an error that you would expect from the libero. Is that correct?
That's a service ace, yeah, from Irina Tarasova.
Tarasova still, again, serving for Photon.
Targeting the libero. Aha!
2 poor reception on the side of Mane and Tail, tying our game at 7 apiece.
You know, I think Irina Tarasova thinks that Assumption is the weakest in the reception. So that's why she's been targeting her.
Assumption, but she's the libero.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see. Yun pa rin again, towards her direction.
And Christy Jacob. Okay,
But,
this time.
Assumption is proving her otherwise.
Ruby De Leon trying to drop that ball. And that one is Ziher Basho. Now the Photon is leading by 1, 8-7. We're going on a break.
Run the track!
Scoring that from the back row.
Kaylee Mance in one of those moments that you rarely see her not get the ball. Look at this. Irina hits the ball, and both reinforcements just look at that ball.
Nagkatinginan lang silang dalawa eh. Kunin mo na, kunin mo na.
Sabay, oops.
Walang
Sorry.
kumuha.
Okay.
Good receive there from Tarasova. And a better spike. Ziher Basho rather, is giving out this time. And the Photon is leading now. 10 serving 7.
And now you can see the expression at Man's face. Okay, let's be serious now.
And that ball did not cross over the net.
That's right.
A violation called by the referees. Now the Mane and Tail is asking for a timeout.
Good, it's not yet finished. We're up to 1, yes, but it's not yet finished. Okay?
Ikaw ba makagalaw? That's ano mo?
Wala na, ayos na yan. Huwag yan siyang pakialaman. It's not yet finished, good.
Walk your block.
Ha? Ikaw, dumikit ka, kailangan natin mag-block. Ha? One good pass. Get a kill. We're good. Alright? Go! Go, go! Tara!
Well, just as Coach Rommel said, you need 3 sets to win a match, and it's not yet finished. They're up 2 sets. Oh, I think those are the parents of Christy Jacob.
Welcome to the Philippines and watching a very interesting volleyball game.
Very interesting indeed.
Castañeda, but Gustilo was there. Hervasio again.
Hervasio is just hammering in the points, this time helped by the net.
Now Photon is leading by 4.
They need to get the set to stay alive.
Regalo for Hervasio. Wow, we're seeing a lot of Hervasio here.
You know, Kaylee Mans tried to do something with that over-receive, but Hervasio was there.
Tarasova still on the service. Well, good ding there from Tarasova. Kaylee Mans asking for a double violation on the center of Photon, but the referee says no.
You know, they stopped playing, and you know, if the referee doesn't stop the ball game, even if you think there was a violation committed, you can't stop. You have to continue playing.
And indeed, but for main and tail, wow, and Photon lead now is up to 8. Take a look at one more time. Hervasio doing her game in the front row.
You know, Hervasio just managed to put her ball in between the blockers.
And in our set for attacks, Photon is up by 10 compared to only 6 of main and tail. And Photon is now leading 16-7. We'll go on a break. And the favor now is on the Photon side. We are here on our 4th set. The Philippine Superliga Grand Prix 2014. Photon Tornadoes against main and tail Lady Stallions.
You know, that's the thing. If the locals step up, then the reinforcements will not be too much stressed out, you know, and they won't be overused, and then the opponents will not be able to really predict who's going to do the attack, because this time at least Hervasio is helping Irina Tarasova.
Well, you know, if that is actually happens to every team in our conference, then probably lahat silang mag-step up.
Oo. Kailangan kasi talaga.
But now, Mexico Castañeda serving for main and tail.
Good serve there.
And this time, it is Factor getting that kill for Photon.
You know, in the previous games, Donna May Factor was a factor, and they're winning the game. So if she can just perform here as well as she did before, it'll do Photon good.
Well, it's all about consistency on their side. And the Photon Tornadoes are gradually, you know, pumped up. And their lead now is increasing. 18 serving 9.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest lead so far.
I believe so. And that did not cross over. Violation called by Fajardo. Timeout on the side of main and tail.
Yeah, don't bring it down. You're good. Don't be pressured, girl.
We played like 10 games. I mean, there should be no nervousness.
Relax. Look at them. They're just having fun. Okay. Have fun. Enjoy. Right? This is the last game. Enjoy it, guys.
Yeah. For real.
This was really the problem, number one problem of Coach Rommel when I talked to him earlier. It's really the mindset of the players. They get nervous when a crowd as big as this, the one that we have here right now, plus multiply that 100 times because of television. So that's why he was saying, come on, relax, relax. And Kaylee Mans was saying, come on, guys, we've played 10 games. You shouldn't be nervous anymore.
And this is their last game.
Yeah.
Right? So, ano pang mawawala sa kanila? They should give it all.
Correct.
They were, the coach was speaking of having fun while inside the game. It was evident in them, you know, in the first two sets that they were playing, but now they are starting to feel the pressure.
Ooh, there's a rotation violation called on mane and tail.
And now the Lady Stallions having a bit of confusion there when it comes to their rotation.
So there's a free point given to Photon, and now once again the lead is 10 points.
Our referee now is confirming that they have committed an illegal rotation, and the Photon now is leading to 10. Zia Vasho on the serve. Kaylee Mans, Christy Jacob. Not an error that you would want to expect from Christy Jacob.
Okay, now mane and tail has to loosen up. They're just, it seems like sobra silang tense. So they have to loosen up. All their hits are going to the net. You see, that was a jump serve by Zia Vasho. Her services are very strong. You can't receive a strong serve sideways.
Okay,
look at this.
Looking at that one more time.
Strong jump serve there, and boom, side serve.
Now,
Side
Christy
receive.
Jacob, yes, and Keely Mans, you know, giving them instructions, maybe making clear of their position.
Right.
And it seems they have adjusted already.
Let's see.
Now, Christy Jacob setting in to Fajardo. Again, denied by Tarasova. And Tarasova evidently is happy from that block, getting a point, the 23rd point for Photon.
Si Tarasova, si Elena, she was happy with her hit, but she was telling Ruby, konting taas pa.
Well, matangkad kasi siya
Oo
eh.
nga eh. Oh!
Too long for Zia Vasho.
And that ball went to get tacos down the hall.
Mane and tail getting a point from Photon's errors. Now they have to work more to earn their own point.
Oh, that was a good block by mane and tail.
And Tarasova just committing that error.
Well, it was a badly needed gift by mane and tail.
But still, they are up by 11 rather.
Good first ball. Good save by Ruby, and a wonderful hit.
One hand set.
Elena Tarasova.
Yeah, from our veteran Ruby De Leon, and Tarasova very happy.
Yun talaga eh. If the ball is super near the net, she'll give you the point.
Photon set points on our fourth set. And Christy Jacob just giving away that spike. Photon taking away the set, 25-12. Now we are down to 2 sets apiece. They stepped up on that fourth set, taking over. Now we are on the 5th set. Now our games are getting more interesting as we welcome everyone here at Cuneta Astrodome. We are here for the Philippine Superliga Grand Prix 2014. This is the finals, battle for 5th. Mane and tail Lady Stallions versus Foton Tornadoes, and Ruby De Leon is serving for our 5th set.
And you know, as you said, you're welcoming everybody. I would like to also welcome Jane from the Bazaar. She watches the Superliga all the time. She's a big fan. Hey, Jane.
Photon taking the first point on the 5th set. And good effort from Michiko Castañeda, but that wasn't enough.
And Kaylee Mans just egging her teammates on. Come on, guys, let's go.
And now the pressure is on for Mane and tail.
Good serve, good reception.
Christy
good set.
Jacob, and she was dogged by Pantaleon, but too strong, not being able to set up by Ruby De Leon.
A good transition play there.
Look at that.
Executed by Mane and tail.
Napahiga na si Pantaleon.
I think tumama sa shoulder ni Pantaleon.
Masyadong mataas yung tama sa kanya.
Upper arm.
Good receive from Pantaleon.
Chance ball for Mane and tail.
Will this be another point for Mane and tail? Wow. Tarasova really happy on that block. You rarely see that one, you know. Christy Jaco denied. And
Wow.
solid block.
Did you see her arms talagang linihis niya, no? Directed it really towards the ball of Jacob.
But the blockers of Photon read that well.
Yes.
Christy Jaco giving them very easy ball. But the linesman said it's checked. Now, main and tail, makikita mo na medyo nararattle na sila this time. Because they should be. Foton is leading rather by 3.
You know, they should relax. Malayo pa. Good first ball.
Mitch Litwin giving a running spike. And that is Gio Gostilo, dugged by Acepcion. And this is Christy Jaco. And that ball was touched.
A good hit there by Jaco, targeting the tips of the fingers of the blockers.
Good call, though, by the referee. Michelle Litwin serving for main and tail.
Good serve there.
And that hit the hands of the blockers. Now setting this one to Jaco.
Yeah.
Wow. Finding that side, that corner on Gio Gostilo. Too strong for Gio Gostilo.
That was a good set by Fajardo to Jaco, and Jaco avoiding the 2 blockers, making sure that her ball was going to go on the side of Photon's Donna May Factor, because she's smaller than Tarasova.
And outside, well, good play there from Tarasova. Letting that ball hit the antenna, and the referee calling that outside.
Wow, you could see the arms of both blockers. It was real, parang elbow on top of the net, but that hit was just too powerful.
Gio Gostilo serving for Photon. And Christy Jaco. Bumawi, yes. That was track ball, but not enough for Photon. And the lead is down to 1. 4 serving 5. Christy Jaco.
Oh, wow! At a time like this, you can't just watch the ball. You have to follow the ball up to the end line. What a service ace here by Jaco. Look at this. A good floater, and then it suddenly drops on the line.
Pantaleon was just looking at Gostilo, but hindi mo kinuha. Pasok yun.
Turuan yata sila. That's why Coach Villet said, di ba kanina, mine, say mine.
And that is that line from Tarasova.
Bumawi si Tarasova for the mistake of her teammates.
We still have, you know, we're just starting the 5th set, so let's have to work.
What an angle by Zirvasho. I mean, that was a front row hit.
You know, Tarasova and Hervasho is actually doing wonders for their team.
That's right. Oh, wow. You know, Acepcion thought that it was outside, but Christy Jaco saying, no, you have to follow the ball.
But now, Christy Jaco is talking to their libero. Maybe she's a bit confused now. Ano bang kailangan kong gawin? Saan ba ako pupwesto? Hindi ko alam kung saan ako pupunta eh.
Kaya it's really important you stay low so you can see the direction of the ball. As we took a look at that, the angled hit of Zirvasha, and this one, yun, see, tinignan niya eh.
Nakita na ni Christy Jaco, nakataas na yung kamay ni Acepcion.
Right.
So she thought na kukunin ni Acepcion yung first ball na yon. Tarasova serving. And Christy Jaco off the hands, but it was saved by Gostilo now. Zirvasha and Jaco was there. Michiko Castañeda this time. Tarasova received that ball, and Zirvasha. A good rally here.
A good rally.
Christy Jaco almost got that score, and the fans are shouting here. Pantaleon, good receive. Hervasha.
Oh, it's still alive.
Hervasha again.
good save! It's still alive!
The fans are screaming and clapping. They are seeing a very interesting volleyball game. And
Foton wins that long rally!
wow, the fans are screaming, having fun. And this is just a battle for fifth. Okay,
Yeah, just for fifth.
You can expect more on the battle for third and of course their finals.
Definitely. Oh my goodness.
Now, Mane and Tail asked for a timeout. Foton leading by 4.
Hey, come here really fast. Let's go, guys. Like this should not be happening, right? If you find yourself saying "my bad" a lot, fix it. Like this is the game. It's the last game. Like right? There shouldn't be that many "my bads." Okay, let's get there. Come on.
Let's go, girl. Tara, kaya natin yan. Okay,
Let's go.
Team captain Kaylee Mann saying, hey, if you've been seeing yourself or hearing yourself say my bad, then you know it shouldn't be happening. You have to put a stop on it because this is the last game. You can't have a lot of errors.
And I really admire her attitude, but let's look at the numbers we have on our screen.
Look at Christy Jacobs' attacks. It's 32 against Irina's 26. And that's really basically because all the balls are going to her. I mean, you've got to have local support more for Mane and Tail. And the blocks, well, the rest of the stats there are almost basically the same.
Foton, Tarasova serving for Foton, and they are up by 4. And that is, they are up by 5 this time. Now, Kaylee Mans, I really admire her optimism. You know, this is our last game. Wala na tayong laro next time. So, what? We don't... Wait, wala na tayong malulose, di ba? Maglaro na tayo. Hindi rin yung laro natin, and she's telling her teammates that.
And look at where the direction of this ball is gonna go. It's always to Acepcion. That should tell her something.
Good receiver, and Pantaleon trying to get that ball.
Good effort there from Foton. I mean, a clap for them for that.
Great effort. Everybody is doing their job. Now, Foton doesn't want to lose in this match.
Oh, yeah. And Mane and Tail doesn't want to lose in this match, so that's why it makes this game exciting.
Factor getting that quick hit. And the lead is now to 7.
You know, you could see how
5 rather.
Factor approached that ball talagang with all her might. The way she jumped, the way she hit that ball, she wanted to kill that ball.
And, you know, I admire the attitude that the Foton Tornadoes are showing in this game.
Oh, yeah. And you're on cue. You know, you can't let the ball, you know, hit the court, your side of the court that way. Buti sana if it came from a really strong spike, but to not try and get the ball because you thought your teammate was going to get it. Oh, man.
And tatlo silang nandun. Nobody attempted to get the ball.
Correct.
Babayad serving, and almost the service is... Our referees called a violation, and that's a double violation for the libero Pantaleon.
You know, a lot of people think that it's easy to set the ball, right? And a lot of people think that only 6 fingers can do it. But actually, when you set the ball, like the way Kaylee Mans and Ruby De Leon does, they catch the ball for like a split second with all their fingers. That's why even if the first ball spins, when it reaches the hands of the setter, it stops spinning because the setters are experts in catching for a split second that ball and directing it to their attackers.
And another error committed by Mane and Tail. We don't need that one right now. And
Christy Jacobs stops that error.
Christy Jacobs says we have to work more. Foton is leading by 3, and this is the 5th set of our battle for 3rd. Battle for 5th, rather.
It's still alive.
Good, great effort from Acepcion. Tarasova again.
Good dig there by Fajardo. Easy ball.
Setting it to Tarasova. Now, will this be a chance for Mane and Tail? Free ball. Michelle to it, and she hammers that down.
Target zone 6. You know, ang tinatarget target naman nila for Foton is Irina Tarasova because they know that she can't receive the ball very well at the back line.
And Photon calling a timeout. Let's listen, Coach Villan.
Dalawa lang kayo spiker. Okay, kailangan natin maayos na bola. Dalawa lang spiker natin sa labas. Harap. Very high yung weight. Count. So that's ball like here, hand, not here.
You know, Elena Tarasova is a really good blocker, but Coach Villette can still see that she can improve in her blockings. You know, instructing Elena to go higher so that she can have more coverage.
And looking at our matchup,
the excellent sets go to Ruby De Leon with 55 and only 38 for Kaylee Mans, which means Main and Tail has to have good reception.
apparently the Photon Tornadoes are really stepping up in this game, you know, giving all their best and exerting a lot of effort. Service is from Fajardo.
You know,
Natulala, lahat ng players ng Photon eh.
actually, si Tarasova kasi, si Irina is already preparing herself for an attack. See, she goes to her position without receiving the first ball first.
And the lead now is down to 1. Main and Tail, Fajardo serving. Oh my goodness.
My goodness talaga!
And not the right time.
Not the right time at
for
all.
Main and Tail now. 2 points only needed by Photon to winning this match. This is a battle for 5th.
Good service there by Ruby.
And let's see what Christy Jacob can do. And she is denied. And Kaylee Mans going to her one more time. And she nailed that down.
Christy Jacob avoiding the blockers and hitting zone 1. A good score for Main and Tail that we needed.
The pressure now is in both of our teams. And of course, our spectators here. Who will win this match?
Ball's alive. That was a good dig.
Christy Jacob.
Oh! She was off position and she just really forced that hit. Now Photon is just 1 point away from winning.
Main and Tail calling for a timeout. Photon leading by 2.
We need one good pass.
One good pass.
Okay, one good pass. Relax, girls. One good pass.
Let's go for this. Relax.
Just 40. Just 40 points. Just 2 points good. One good pass, we're good. Alright? Good go.
Okay.
You know, really the thing here is first ball, relax. Because talagang nakaka-tense to, 14 to 12. You make one mistake and that's it. You give the win to the opponent. So Main and Tail has to calm down.
Match point for Photon Tornadoes. But we'll see if Main and Tail is still alive. Oh! Wow! Not the error that you expect from Christy Jacob. And the Photon taking away this match. Scoring in 15 to 12. This is the battle for 5th. Main and Tail Lady Stallions versus Photon Tornadoes. Photon taking away the set 25 to 23, 18 to 25, 17 to 25, 25 and 12, and 15 to 12. Photon Tornadoes winning this match. Now this is a very exciting game for both our teams, and of course for our viewers, our audience here in the Cuneta Astrodome. Now we will see more of this in our next games. But what really happened in today's match? What do you think happened for Photon and Main and Tail?
You know, Photon won the first match and then second and third, Main and Tail got it. But you know, Photon did not surrender. They did not stop fighting and they fixed their mindset and they told themselves, you know, come on guys, we're going to do this. We're going to work together as a team. So despite the miscommunications and the no communications in the set, you know, in the court, they were able to regroup and they were able to work as a team. From Russians, even if there was no interpreter around, they were able to communicate well, and that's what brought them the win.
This is a great way to end for Photon this conference in this Philippine Superliga 2014. Now you can see from our highlights in the last set, our most impressive player of the game, none other than, of course, Irina Tarasova, having 26 attacks only in this game.
Well, you know what? You can expect a big number from her, and you can expect, we expected a lot also from the locals, and they did step up, especially with Zihar Vasho.
Well, we have witnessed a number of good performances from our locals and from our imports as well. Now, our games are just starting to get more interesting. Now, we are going to go on our second match for today. Thank you for watching. This is Philippine Superliga Grand Prix 2014.